On this week's episode of Drake Eats, we're making Southern Buttermilk Cornbread.
We are Jonathan and Holly Drake, and we love food, gathering around the table and sharing a good meal.
When we went gluten-free, we had to reinvent our favorite family recipes. We're here to show you gluten-free cooking can be simple and delicious.
Welcome to Drake Eats.
Biggest, most important thing, if you are going to make Southern Buttermilk Cornbread, you have to have a cast iron skillet. Don't even make it if you don't have a cast iron skillet.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. It's what makes the crunch, it's what gives it the crust.
Yo, you can get these at Cracker Barrel or Crackle Barrel, like one of our friends says. It's Cracker Barrel.
I don't know where he got that. One thing I have found over the years, when you're making cornbread, the cornmeal that you use is the most important factor. Personally, I don't like a very gritty cornbread. I like my cornbread to be, I don't want to get a lot of grit from the cornmeal. I love the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free cornmeal. I get the medium ground, okay?
You get that at local, like Ingles.
I get it at Ingles, Kroger, Publix. Any big supermarket is going to carry Bob's Red Mill. They also have a website. So you're going to start, again, this is a 50-50 mix to give you that, like I said, gluten-free, cooks differently. So you're going to do a cup of your cornmeal, whatever cornmeal you've decided to use, all right? Then you're going to do a cup of your gluten-free flour. I prefer the Pillsbury brand. I've tried all the brands out there. I like the Pillsbury gluten-free flour. So you're gonna do a full cup. This is just a half cup measure. So I'm gonna do 2 of these, full cup, half and half, 50-50. 1 egg, crack my egg.
We'll crack your egg.
All right, buttermilk. You need 1.5 cups of buttermilk. I have tried to make this recipe with actual buttermilk, like that you buy in the carton. It's really dry.
It is
Remember
dry.
the time we made it? We were not a fan. I love this powdered buttermilk. If you can, what's the brand? Seiko. Okay, they sell this on Amazon. I get it in most of my big grocery stores. It's gluten-free.
Got a friendly
powdered buttermilk,
little chef
little
on the
chef
front.
on there, and it even says gluten-free, nut-free, and kosher.
Ooh.
I like this. I don't know what it is. Something about the actual buttermilk with this gluten-free recipe makes it really dry. Powdered buttermilk is where it's at. All right, John, I'm gonna need 1.5 cups of this. So it's got a nice little conversion on the back. I'm gonna need 6 tablespoons of buttermilk.
This would be 1 tablespoon.
That is 1 tablespoon.
So
I need
6 of
6
these.
of those.
All right, 25 minutes later.
Since this is a powdered buttermilk, you have to add water. So 1.5 cups of water.
The oven's ready. We've already preheated the oven to 425.
Yes, 425. All right, and as we know, gluten-free flour doesn't rise like regular flour. Baking powder, biggest key whenever you're baking gluten-free, baking powder. This recipe calls for 4 teaspoons.
4 teaspoons.
4 teaspoons.
This is 1 teaspoon, so 4 of these.
Yes.
I'm just
Look at him doing math, y'all.
Basic math, trying to make sure I don't mess up this recipe.
In the very beginning of this, I said this is a Southern Buttermilk Cornbread. So you know what that means.
What does that mean?
Secret ingredient, Crisco.
Crisco.
We never claimed to be a health food show, y'all. Crisco. That's where it's at.
So how do you get the Crisco onto the pan? Do you use a spatula?
You use your hand.
Oh.
Because we in the South.
Are you going to use your hand?
No, you are.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
You're going to use your hand. But I need 4 tablespoons to go in my cornbread.
So Crisco.
So you get a big old handful.
Crisco in
The cornbread.
And
Crisco on the pan. You want to grease your cast iron skillet with Crisco, y'all.
This feels interesting. I've never done this before.
Oh, it's
Is that
good.
enough?
Well, you'll see. So get all in there and then all around the edges. The Crisco keeps it from sticking and it also gives it that little bubbly crust that you like.
Is this edible?
Yeah, you
It feels like soap.
Well, like, it's not healthy. Let's be honest. But yeah.
Now, was this the stuff in the movie The Help that
Yes,
they...
she was like, put it on your husband's elbow.
Okay.
Crisco. Got scaly feet, Crisco.
I normally come into the cornbread recipe when it's usually already done, so I don't get to experience this. Is that
What's
good?
your name? Oh no.
No, more than that?
You gotta get it all around the edges. You wanna be able, when your cornbread comes out, you wanna be able to flip that pan over and it just falls right out.
I don't think that this is legal in most states. Look at that.
Now show them the pan. This is what you want your pan to look like. All in the sides, all around the bottom.
Did I do good?
You did good.
Is it?
You left some chunks, but that's okay.
How do you get rid of the chunks?
There you go, like that.
Oh, kind of just push it down.
Yeah. So get in there really good. Bust up those Crisco lumps. You want to bust them up as best you can because you want that spread throughout. So as you can see, it's pretty thick. You can always add more water. Like I said, just a little at a time till you get a good, you don't want it soupy, but you don't want it super thick because then it'll just turn out dry.
Now, can I share the
first
story
disaster
of the first cornbread that you cooked for our family?
Y'all, this was when I thought I'm not going to be able to live this gluten-free lifestyle because I can't give up my cornbread.
Cornbread is a staple in our family. We have it many, many times throughout the year. So our very first gluten-free cornbread was for New Year's, probably three years ago. And we were over at some friend's house and the cornbread came out. It looked great. I mean, consistency and everything was perfect. And we tried the first bite and I immediately was like, oh boy.
It was like eating sand, y'all.
It was like a brick.
It was bad.
And you know, the people, you know, whenever you're at somebody's house and they make something and it's just not good at all, you're trying to be sweet, you're trying to be like, hey, it's good, I like it, you know. And that's what they were doing.
I was like, stop eating it, y'all.
Yeah, we were like,
stop pretending it's good.
It's
it ain't
not
good.
Because here's my thing. I wanted to make sure that Holly knew that it wasn't good in love so that she would never make this again. And
y'all, this cornbread, it's a
process.
It's taken me a good 2.5 years to master.
So if you have just gone gluten-free and you feel like you need to go out and conquer the world by making your own cornbread, please listen to this recipe. Watch what she is doing. She has perfected this over years, and it has taken that much time to get it to where it is.
I think last Thanksgiving was when I made the best one.
Yes.
All right, so it's all mixed up. As you can see, the consistency, it's thick, but it's not super soupy. Super soupy?
Pour this in?
Yes, pour it into the cast iron skillet. So you can tell the consistency as he's scooping it in there.
It's almost like an oatmeal. A little thicker than oatmeal.
Yeah.
Maybe like a porridge.
Porridge.
We've never had porridge.
I've never had porridge.
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know. So take it, get it in there, spread it out. So you can see the consistency. And you've got your, you can see your nice little evenly dispersed lumps of Crisco. So you're gonna wanna put this in a 425-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Keep an eye on it. As the top starts to brown and it's going to crack and separate, that means it's done. So just keep an eye on it. In our oven, it's about 20 minutes on 425. Oh, here it comes, y'all. All right. I'm about to demonstrate, my assistant here is going to demonstrate the reason and the magic of Crisco. You ready?
This is my favorite part.
Okay.
Here we go.
Boom.
There we go.
That's why you do the Crisco.
Probably could have been a little more graceful with that.
You kind of broke it over there. You got the golden brown, okay?
And squishy center.
Yeah, you want it to have some spring to it, okay? Y'all, look at this. Y'all, the steam.
Yum.
Beautiful.
Let's just tear it apart.
Let's just tear it apart,
and
okay?
Give it
It's so good. Buttermilk cornbread.
This has been perfected over years. You're not going to be disappointed with this one.
Thank y'all for joining us on this week's episode of Drake Eats. I can promise you, after years of experimentation, this is the Southern cornbread you want to be serving your family.
Hey, don't forget to follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram for daily updates, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.